Hey everyone, this is Mark with the Bitcoin Exchange. We're going to do something a little bit different today, and that is talk about opening a brand new Trezor drive. See if we can do this without getting my reflection in it. Uh, Folks, when you open one of these, you've got to be very, very careful because people tamper with these, and you don't want your hard-earned these to end up in somebody else's hands. We'll go over that in a minute. So we've got a brand new Trezor drive here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that it's not tampered with. This is a little awkward the way I'm shooting this, but it's all we have for now. Okay, so check the plastic, super, super tight. Check the seams all the way around it. There's a natural seam right here when they made it. Check that. Just make sure it's super, super tight. You don't want to have a seam in the middle because somebody could bust into one of these and they could actually take it somewhere, have it shrink wrapped. Most of the time it's going to be cheaper shrink wrapped and they'll have a seam somewhere other than the very professional job that Trezor did. So let's take, here we go, my utility knife. And we're going to cut into the package. Make me a little slice there. All right, we're going to peel it back. Now, this one here has another label on top of the original label. That's fine. It just means a reseller probably sold it. I think I bought this on Amazon. This is the original label that most people sell them on. But if you buy a bunch of these, sell them inside your store or your Amazon or eBay, then you may put your own label on top of that. That's fine. So we're going to take this off completely. All right, we're not done with the shrink wrap. We're going to test it. Check it out. It's tight. The fact is, you almost okay. Just drop the microphone. That shows you how tight this stuff is. Hang on a second. There we go. Am I embarrassed? Not in the least. Okay, it is funny though. Okay, so this is super, super tight. It's solid. Okay, so that's good. You can pick away at it. But if you sit there and try to peel off a big piece of it, it is extremely tight. And that's why when it finally popped, I knocked my microphone down. So we're done with that. All right, so then we're going to take a look at the seal right here. It's a holographic sticker that they put over the seam. Make sure, folks, that I'm going to put it up close where you can see it. Here we go. We'll get it centered. See that? See how tight that is? If this thing was slit in any way, we're done. That's what this thing is for. It's a holographic seal. It's to make sure that this product has not been tampered with. All right? And, it looks like fairly inexpensive, cheap cardboard. Good luck with that until you start trying to tear into it. So we're going to do that, and it's falling to pieces in my hand. There is no getting into this box, folks. None, without destroying the box. Can't be done. And if it can be done, then you got problems. You don't want to even finish opening that. You've got a product that's been tampered with. See, I can't even get into this thing without absolutely destroying the box. And that's a good thing. That's how it's supposed to be. I have opened up a few of these. So let's open it up. Lay the contents out. Look at the box. Solid. Hasn't been tampered with. Go around looking at it. All angles. Heavy, heavy glue stock that they've used. Again, take a close look at the holographic seal to make sure it's intact. And this box is perfect. It's in great shape, or it was before I started monkeying with it. All right, let's look at the contents. Here's the instructions, normal instructions. Take a look at them. Make sure it's nice, decent cardstock. Make sure the font's the same. Make sure it's you can just tell a lot of times if it's cheaply done or copied. You want to make sure this thing's not a copy. This is a little awkward. I'm not quite sure how to hold this, but the information that you're going to get is going to be good. So this is good. Set that aside. Here we have our two recovery seed. This is where you put your 20 words. Okay. All right. These are good, solid. They're centered. There's nothing here that indicates that they were copied in any way. Obviously copied very professionally by the Trezor company. So these are good. Now, here's another couple of Trezor stickers. You know, when I opened up my first, and you have several of these, Trezor, I call it Trezor because I look at it as a treasure chest. You get all these when you buy a new one. And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm not about to put one of these on the back of my car. You're driving down the road and you go to Walmart and they break into your car looking for your Trezor drive. Literally, folks, you could have more in one Trezor drive than a whole Walmart cost. These things are capable of holding as many Bitcoins as you want to stuff into them. And I'm not about to go around advertising, hey, folks, I got $27 in my Trezor drive. Break into me. It's like giving yourself an open target. Here's your USB, solid. Just make sure it's not a fake. It's a good one. You know, how do you see if it's a fake one? I don't know. My point is this: you want to check every single thing that comes in the box to make sure nothing's been tampered with. All right. Here's your little lanyard comes with it. Everything's solid, looks good. And here, of course, is the drive itself. This is what it's supposed to look like. Get the little plastic tab on top over here. You can peel that loose. Let me get this up close to the microphone. You've got your two soft touch keys on it. Click on those. Make sure they're good. All right, so this, folks, is a good Trezor drive. Highly unlikely it's been hacked, copied. You know, I don't mean the drive itself. If they can, they're going to open up your box, put one of these bad boys in there, and instead of giving yourself your coins, you send them to the person that has the private keys to this little jewel. That's basically it. And one of the most important things is when you load it for the first time, you're going to go through the steps, through all of the security. But when you actually make a deposit onto your Trezor drive, you want to make sure when you load this, pretty cool, huh? How do you know it's got a Bitcoin in their hand? You saw it here first, folks. When you do that, you want to make sure that you just send a partial Bitcoin, maybe $25, $20, something like that, before you send in your $100 million that you guys probably are holding. I did a partial test one day. I sent $1 and it cost me $12. That was back in December. They were laughing at me because I knew that goes against everything I've ever been. Really $12 to send $1. Nowadays, the transaction fees are considerably down because the interstate is a lot less traffic than they had, let's say, in December of last year or January of this year. So before you put in, hey, you like that? I like showing off my little Bitcoin. Before you load these onto your Trezor drive, make sure that you do a little sample run of $25 or something like that. And yeah, you're going to pay a little more in transaction fees, but not that much. 14 cents, 20 cents, or whatever the transaction is at that time. So thank you very much. We want to make sure you understand that everything we do on this channel isn't about us making money. It's about educating the public in the crypto arena. And that's what we want to do as a team here at the Bitcoin channel, Bitcoin Exchange channel. So thank you very much. Take care. And we're going to end this, and we look to see you in the future.